Going on, everyone? So another day, another Lakers blowout. That's how it feels, right? Lakers just love to drop down by 20 and try to play comeback. It's very frustrating. Now, this game wasn't how I felt many of the other games that have been this way were, right? A lot of this was just a combination of just the Philadelphia 76ers shooting the complete lights out. And I mean that like literally. I mean, making 20 plus threes a game. You're going to win a lot of games, and you're going to win a lot of games in blowout fashion. Unfortunately, the Lakers just didn't have it. You know, they're once again missing wide open shots, just struggling to hit the open shot, period. And, you know, when one team is shooting the lights out and the other team isn't, this is usually the result that you're going to get. But also, I default to, all right, like, missing Cam Reddish, missing Jared Vanderbilt, missing Gabe Vincent, 3 of our 4 best perimeter guys. You know, this was a rough game. I know, like, it just seems like this is a regular occurrence, teams just shooting the lights out against the Lakers, but the Lakers have been pretty decent thus far, at least defending out on the perimeter, not letting teams get too carried away. You're going to have these occasional games in the NBA. The Sixers are a very good team. There was a lot of hope going into this game. Like, I thought the Lakers would at least be competitive, and they started off great, right? Like, AD was out there, and you know, he had like 10 points in the first quarter, and you know, he was looking like he was going to have a big monstrous game, and that the Lakers were going to at least be competitive at worst, which is all I really wanted, right? Was just competitiveness. And then you saw it just start to slip away towards the back half of the first, which the Lakers just, I don't know what it is about that. But then the second quarter, it's like the Lakers are squeaking back into it. Down 25, got it to 15, feeling good, confidence high, and it was just onslaught after onslaught after onslaught. Sixers just continued to hit shots. My hope was when there was that delay that maybe Philly would continue to cool down and maybe not make as many shots, and unfortunately that just wasn't the case, right? But look, I liked what I saw from AD early on. I felt like we went completely away from him as the game progressed, right? Not that, like, I think AD alone would have saved us, but I think it would have been nice to kind of get the ball to AD, let him go have a monstrous game, kind of keep him high, keep his spirits going, right? Show, like, oh, no, he can, you know, basically give you that confidence matchup against Joel Embiid, right? Joel Embiid, 30-point triple-double, right? Like, that, it would have been nice for AD to kind of be in that same vicinity, right? He had 13 at, like, halftime, and then 17 the rest of the way. Like, can't have that. You got to get him the basketball. You got to allow him to be physical and stop having him completely disappear in the offense, right? Because that's exactly what is happening. He's literally completely disappearing in the offense. And, you know, I want to see them be more assertive with AD, allow AD to, even in games that are a little sloppy, stick to what you want to build, stick to the habits that can translate and be successful, right? Like, it's tough. It's tough to beat any team when they're shooting threes like they're free throws. You know, to shoot over 20 threes in a game at a 50% clip, or 48%, whatever it finalized being, like that, you're not going to win games that way. You know, and look, I'm not saying like this wasn't on Lakers defense. The Sixers were getting a lot of just wide open threes. So this was definitely a part of like the Lakers not doing their job on the defensive side, but also a lot of it was just the Sixers just couldn't miss. Again, shooting 50%. I mean, even wide open threes in a game, teams don't shoot 50% from 3 and make 22 threes or whatever, right? Like, it's just, that's not a common occurrence. So I do think to a level there is that just like, hey, rough game, kind of brush it off, wash it off, call it a night, and just move forward in a positive direction. is kind of how I look at this. Right now, next up, you got the Detroit Pistons. That's a game that the Lakers absolutely should win. Detroit is the worst team in the league by far. I said I wanted the Lakers to finish this road trip 2-2, especially for a team that has been so bad on the road. I really wanted to see them finish that 2-2. So you beat Detroit, then bare minimum you're 2-2. Now you go play OKC. And if we could get 3-1, that would just be fantastic. But the Lakers' road struggles, they're going to have to figure these out. I loved the game against Cleveland. I thought that was an excellent game in which the team came together. We got a quality win, even with LeBron not playing great. And then we get to this game, and I mean, we can't even score 100 points. Like, it's like, barely, right? Like, it's just, come on. Like, this shouldn't be happening, right? Like, you shouldn't be getting dominated to this level, to this degree. I understand Philly is one of the best teams in the league. They're really good. This was an opportunity for the Lakers to make that statement. This was an opportunity for the Lakers to kind of show, like, hey, even if you lose that game, right? Like, if let's say they lost, instead of them scoring 130, like, let's say it was like 115 to like 112 or something like that. At least you can hang your hat on that. All right, you're on a road trip. You just came off a bad road trip. It was a good game. It was hard fought, whatnot. You just didn't close it out that night, right? But this game, it's like, yeah, you could chalk it up and just say, hey, rough loss, but it sucks that the Lakers just continue to be in these habits, continue to be in these problems, continue to have these issues. I want to see the Lakers have that commanding game against one of these teams, even if they lose it in the end, just to show like what this team can be, right? And I get it's hard to judge this team when you don't have your top guys, right? When you are defensive guys, top defensive guys. It's hard to know like how good this team will be. But again, a game like this where you get blown out by 30, like it's inexcusable. You can't have these types of games, which seem to be a relative regular occurrence, right? We need to start creating that separation. We need to start pulling ahead several games over 500 rather than hovering around that 2 or 3 games over 500 stretch. It's a good way you're going to end up back in the play-in. And I don't want to see the Lakers in the play-in. I want to see the Lakers in the playoffs, ready, locked and loaded, ready to go, ride this home. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Chalk this up as like, hey, it was a tough loss. Philly shot the lights out ridiculous. We couldn't hit shots. Right, we'll be better in future games. Do you look at this as like, no, like this is the problem. Like this is who the Lakers are. Again, I think it's a combination, right? I think definitely the Lakers are a version of this, definitely. But I also think part of it is we're missing a bunch of our defensive guys, right? And as much as people think like Vanda won't help offensively and whatnot, he absolutely will. Because he's going to help get rebounds. On top of getting rebounds, the rebounds that he gets will lead to more opportunities for the Lakers. The steals and turnovers lead to transition points, right? Like, there's a lot that Jared Vanderbilt will provide that'll help lead to offense. Now, I don't know if it'll be enough to make up for, a almost 40-point loss, but I do think it's something that can help in many ways. Like Jared Vanderbilt is going to be very impactful once he comes. And then you add in Cam Reddish, you add in Gabe Vincent, you add in all these guys. This team could look like a very different team. Maybe not immediately, but as the season progresses and they kind of figure out their identity. That's my biggest problem. Like, I don't feel like the Lakers have a true identity. I feel like the Lakers lack an identity badly. And they need to find that. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. See you all in the next one. Thank you.